Car Guy channel. The Car Guy channel. My name is Mike Hennessy. This show is all about cars and all four car guys. Get yourself a cold beer. Get yourself a cold beer, guys, because our show is... Yeah! We are smoking! I'm Mike Hennessy, and you're watching the Car Guy channel. I have an auto repair shop. I've been in the business for over 30 years. You name it, we got it, we built it, we've done it, we do it. We love this car stuff, and I hope you guys do too. We're gonna have a lot of fun, got a lot of stuff cooking, so just stay tuned. Welcome to the Car Guy channel. We got a fantastic show. I say it every week, all the time, every day, every show. But I'm telling you guys, Mountain View A La Carte really hit it off the chart. I'm telling you, we got a lot of fantastic cars. Some of the cars here in the background, they were actually on the website and the cover picture that we used with Miramar events and, of course, Hot San Jose Nights and the Car Guy channel. With cars like this is what makes the event great. And, of course, no one's complained yet on the price of the show. Price of the show to come down here was absolutely free. I have a team. I have Gina and Danny and a whole bunch of people that go ahead and put together a lot of snacks for these guys that come here. Bottled water, pretty much anything you kind of need is over at the Hot San Jose Nights and Car Guide area for us to come in and visit these people, visit all the cars, a lot of very cool stuff. There's two things I want you to do. Don't touch any of these cars. Don't touch that dial. Sit back, get yourself a cold one, and you're going to see a lot of fantastic cars. When we have events going on over here in the Bay Area like we have over at Mountain View, A La Carte Art, we get some great supporters. And people we got the supporting us, people are Jaguar, San Jose British Motor Cars, and I got my good buddy John Lucky.
How you doing?
John, how you doing, bud?
Great to see you again.
Now, we go ahead and send these emails out. They go all over the place. John gets quick, gets a bunch of Jaguar guys. And you guys are trying to put together something for some club group or something?
That's right. We have San Jose British Motors and also a Jaguar Club of North America. So we got some of our great customers and friends here today just joining you.
I think this is really, really cool. I'm telling you, you guys got a lot of neat stuff here today.
We do. We got the brand new 2014 F-Type out. Great car. Amazing. And we got some pretty rare cars over here, too. The XKRS GT, only 25 in the United States.
I hear that Phil Bogle sent something in the mail. Is that true?
Well, he sent you a little gift, and he says you got to wear it all day.
Being a Jaguar owner, I guess I could wear the Jaguar hat. Phil Bogle, thanks a lot. Let's check out these Jaguars, you guys. Hey, bud, how you doing?
Good, Mike. How you doing?
Introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, I'm Mike Verdown, co-owner of the XKR GTS.
And when he says co-owner, that means your pop's around somewhere, right?
But, you know, I'll take what I could get and take it on the street when I can.
Hey, now, honestly, this is just an awesome automobile. How do you like it?
It's a beautiful, magnificent car. I mean, it's pushing 300 pounds of downforce on going 180, so can't complain.
Now, if you guys got the means in the checkbook and whatever it takes to go ahead and buy one of these, this right here is only one of 25 in the United States. This car is 550 horsepower, and yes, it is supercharged. Has a supercharger in a Jaguar right off the factory line. All the special effects, the ground effects, the spoilers in the back of the car, the transmission is completely resynchronized to be able to control 550 horsepower in a supercharged car is absolutely spectacular. When the motor runs, you can actually put a quarter on the air cleaner and the quarter will not even fall over. These are very pricey for what they are. I'm telling you, it's a phenomenal automobile, and I'll tell you one thing. Mike gave me the keys to this car, and we did a road test on it, and this car here drove absolutely spectacular at Laguna Seca. We took 3 cars down there, and these cars here ran great. This happens to be one of the 25 in the world, and I'm telling you guys, they're pretty spectacular. Hey, let me introduce you guys to Troy. Troy, how you doing?
Doing good, thank you.
Now, thank you again for participating in the Mountain View A La Carte show today. You know, it's a free event and everything, and you took your time to get out together for the San Jose British Motor Cars, and you brought the only sedan here today.
I did.
Now, he doesn't have just a regular sedan. I'm going to ask him some questions really quick. How many horsepower?
510 horsepower.
How fast is this car?
Very fast.
Usually the answer used to be frickin' fast, and that's pretty cool. Now these, I've got a chance to drive one of these from Phil Bogle. You know Phil.
I know.
Phil throws me the keys to one of these. Says, take this thing for a run. Take the thing for a run and come back, and I go, damn, that's not Dad's sedan, is it?
It absolutely is not. I also had the opportunity to take this to Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Oh, wow.
And race on the track there, on the road track, and this doesn't handle like a sedan. Not even close.
I'm standing here with Rob, and I had to tell you, his car, I guess from this T-shirt and the hat.
And the belt. Don't forget the belt.
And the belt. This car right here had to be your car. How you doing, Rob?
Good.
Good to see you down here. Your car, underneath the hood of this car, explain somebody, I mean, it's this factory supercharged car.
Right.
But tell me, what did you do to kind of boost a little bit of performance on it besides all the detail work?
Well, it's got McLeod stainless steel exhaust in the back, so it's a very clean exhaust, nice and loud. It's got a small supercharger pulley on it. The engine's been gone through, so it's very clean,
So
almost
for
like a
some
new car.
So some people that don't know what they mean when you say you change the pulley, when you change the diameter of the pulley, it's going to spin a little bit more.
Faster, so you get 15 pounds of boost as opposed to the stock 10.
So that's in case you moms are taking notes watching the show, that she can go ahead and write those things down.
That's right. Put it on the Christmas list.
Put it on the Christmas. My husband, he got to get a small pulley for that little
Yeah.
supercharger. Now, what made you go ahead and do all that work?
Well, you can get these fairly inexpensively. This is a 2004 XKR, and you can get them for under $30,000, and they're pretty quick, and so you can mod the heck out of it, and you're still not into crazy money.
Oh, and the thing on the hood, I mean, the cat. I mean,
It's a
the cat.
Thundercat.
That's a Thundercat.
Yeah. So I just figured it was a great theme for a Jaguar. Have a Thundercat for a Jaguar.
This is not the old world of Jaguar. This is
No.
kind of the whole new Jaguar theme, the whole new thing about Jaguar. They're fixable, repairable, collectible, drivable, and
They don't break down really anymore.
they don't break down like they have their issues. We can say they don't break down anymore. It's a
Exactly
totally
right.
different automobile.
They're very solid. In fact, the new generation Jaguars, the ones that come out of Tata, are even better than the Ford version that I've got behind me, but substantially better than the earlier versions. I had an E-Type, and that was kind of a fix or repair daily car. So the new ones are great, really drivable.
I know a cat named Way Out Willie. He got a cool little chicken named Rockin' Billy.
I'm standing over here with John. John, how you doing?
Right, wonderful.
John got the email and brought his car out. He's going to come out here for a couple days down here in Mountain View. Now, what really intrigued me about this car, now, no offense, there's a lot of Corvettes, it's white, blah, 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 but you got flames, you got Lambo doors, and when you open up the hood, you got those flames. Those flames are done by Darnell?
Yeah, Danelle she's down in Charcot and Bering, and she does motorcycle helmets and fenders, but she did the flames for my engine.
I think it's really cool. Now, these Lambo doors, there's two kits that I know of that are out there.
Right.
One kit I call a PA. You know what a PA is?
No, I don't.
Pain in the... close to it. And then the aspirin. And then there's this kit.
This is Dream Car Customs in Florida, and they make a straight exchange to hinge. You don't have to modify the fender or the door. It's bolt on, bolt off.
Hey, show everybody how this thing here opens up. I'm going to get out of the way. Guys, it comes open, up, and out, and it gives guys like us a little more room to get in this car. Now, the neat thing about this kit that John selected, this does not change anything of the body modifications. You don't need a body shop to do them. You can do them at home. There's a little bit of skill involved in doing them. John went ahead and had his own tricks and his own stuff. Might get his car in the show and go through all that one day. But I'm telling you, it's a pretty spectacular design. It looks pretty good in this car. John, thanks again for having it on the show. When you do enough of these events like I do, you always get to see some of the real diamonds of the show. You're going to see a lot of cars that are fantastic, high ones, low ones, fast ones, all kinds of things, and some rare ones. But there's something in a car, to me, that I always love, and I always say that car has a beautiful, and I mean a beautiful odometer. For a 1965 automobile, this is a 1965 Chevy Nova. Now, it's not just a standard 65 Chevy Nova. This has a Nova that has 12,400 miles on it since 1965. Now, that could be very, very extremely rare, but rarer than that is the color. Rarer than that, it's an SS car with a 283, and it's an SS with a center console. I'm going to show this car to you, and I'm going to tell you, it's one of the cars I selected in the event that I'm really glad and I really highly respect and appreciate that somebody brought a car this caliber to the show to let people see it. Because like I always say, a car is only original once. This spectacular car is owned by Ted. Ted, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Now, how did you hear about coming here today?
Somebody sent me an email, and I thought this would be great. My wife could do the art, and I could do the car. It's a perfect combination.
You know, I've seen you here all morning. I haven't seen your wife.
She got sick, unfortunately.
Oh, I thought she was out there shopping, doing all this stuff, and then
No.
you're with car guys all day, right?
Right. So it worked out for me.
It worked out pretty darn good. This Nova, I got to tell you, like I said earlier, that it's just seeing some of the real low mile stuff and unusual car. Your car's very unusual.
Yeah.
Probably one of the lowest mile Novas I've ever seen.
First one I've seen like this. Yeah.
First one. Now, how did you come across this car?
This was an eBay car. Person claimed it had 10,600 miles at the time. Nobody believed him, and I followed up with an email about 4 months later. Still couldn't convince me.
What did you
Struck a deal.
What did you do though? Did you go out and touch and feel this car before you wrote that check?
No, I didn't. It was in Arizona, and it was.
That's pretty cool.
It was, it was subject to my inspection. So I drove out to Arizona, and sure enough, was able to document that it was a real.
Yeah. Now, you're very knowledgeable about this Nova. And I'm very knowledgeable about cars. That's what I do for a living. I went around the car.
Yes.
And you know I did.
Yes.
And you left me alone.
Yeah.
Which is pretty rare. No one ever leaves me alone. Left me alone. This is no repaint. This is the real deal. The only paint touch-up was under the hood, which is totally acceptable. And you have some interesting options on the car, like the horns, for instance. I mean, there was a low tone?
Yeah.
You have a low tone?
Low note.
Low note. Now,
Yes.
how would someone know it's a low note? Tell everybody what it is.
Well, the only reason I looked at it and I said I thought it was just something you had from a tractor trailer or something.
Sure,
but,
exactly.
But I found a brochure that listed it. They also call it the tri-volume horn. And but I happened to be detailing under the frame and I saw in the crayon low note.
Guys,
And I'm
telling
"That's
you,
it."
car guys, detailing the frame. You know, hey, honey, what are you doing? His feet are hanging out from under the car. You're under them, detailing the frame. You know, everybody does that. And it's neat that you found that because during the factory, when down the assembly line, they actually were up in the air.
Yes, this whole subframe was up in the air, so that they would write the options that were supposed to be on the car at the time.
Sure, yeah. Being an SS car, I mean, that's what really being a low miler SS with all these type of options. That's really what makes this car spectacular.
Yeah, that and the color.
And the name of the color.
Evening Orchid.
My God, Evening Orchid. I mean, almost sounds like a date. You know, sounds like a date. Evening Orchid.
Well, the color, the women like that color. I know.
They love the name of the color. The documentation that Ted has got in this car, to me, is the holy grail to the actual birth of the automobile. He has documentation that shows all the options for all the features and accessories this car here had. The protector plate. The protector plate is actually, I always call it the license plate of the birth of the car because it shows everything about it. Now, what do you know about a protector plate?
Well, I know a lot of protector plates would tell you exactly what options came with the car, so you can decode them, and they do have books available to let you know.
Should have decoded them originally when they came down. They were used for a couple different reasons. When this car here was ready to go down the assembly line, the reason why this is corrugated is how it was cut. When it came down the assembly line, they actually cut these per car. It was like a cutting machine. Stamped it, went with the car. Stamped it, went with the car. And they actually had to pull this off the body or the frame, wherever it was, so the guy could put the parts on it. But when it came with the car, the parts department, you bring your book in there to the parts department or the dealership for your work, service department, you hand them your book. They print it just like you did up here to show who has the car, the name, the number, the VIN number of the car. Parts department could order whatever you need off it. Yeah. This is a pretty neat piece to have for the car.
Yeah, I think every collector is looking for this piece.
Some of the smart things that Ted did besides buying the car was a very smart thing. He probably sat his wife down and said, I got the car I want. Good choice. If I knew his wife, I'd go ahead and say, honey, you did a great job. Take a look at this mirror on the car. What the neat thing Ted has done, he has not touched up any of the paint. He has kept the same patina on this car that I think is very important. This mirror being mounted on the fender would have been a dealer install, and the dealer probably did it that way for the original owner when they got it. Being an SS car, the driver kind of knew really what they wanted. A person who bought this car, it'd be interesting to meet them with their thought pattern. They were very smart and they knew just what they wanted to do. You're going to see a couple little nicks here on the car. They could be touched up. I guess my body guy could go ahead and do that. Small little crack there, but I'm telling you, this right here just shows the authenticity and the originality of the car. All the rubber that holds the windshield inside the car, the molding, the stainless steel molding that goes all the way around, it's in great shape. Very good. I call it, some cars you can say are original. This car here is better than original. This car is called excellent good original, and you don't see that every day. You don't see it. Being an SS car, you're going to have bucket seats, and you're going to have a center console, and you have the shift down in the center. And if you look up a little bit, you're going to see the tissue tray. How cool is that? This car had a lot of great options, like the special seat belts, the custom buckles from General Motors. You can see the little horseless carriage on there. And of course, a quick way is you can see the stitching is in kind of a burnt orange red. We're going to go ahead and get it right this time. These are not hubcaps. These are wheel covers. When you get a full complete wheel cover from the top of the rim all the way around the edge is a complete wheel cover. A hubcap covers the lug nuts. But these right here are SS wheel covers, and all SS cars came with the trim on the car along with the Nova SS emblem in the back of the car. When it comes to a car with a lot of noise, John, you have it. How you doing, John?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Now, what is the horsepower of this beast?
It's on gasoline, 118 octane gas. It has 650 horsepower when it was on the dyno in January, and that's when it blew up. So this is a new motor in here, and it should have about the same horsepower in it.
I'm telling you, the thing sounds absolutely awesome. Tell me what year this car is.
1965 Coronet 500. It's the only hardtop in the country that runs this combination.
Guy, this thing just sounds absolutely awesome. Well, we got very fortunate to get a lot of original cars, and I mean original. This is, I'm going to wing it, the owner's not around. I feel it's a 1936, maybe 1937 Chrysler Airflow. Chrysler Airflows, Dodge, of course, and of course the DeSoto. And to get an Airflow automobile is very collectible. They have a one-only type front end. They look absolutely spectacular. The patina on this car is absolutely spectacular. It kind of shows the actual age and the vintage of the car. You can see there's been a little bit of outdoor stuff. That's okay, because that's really the way it is. Being a 1936-ish automobile, I'm going to tell you, it does show really well because he drives it in. And these models of cars, actually, the air conditioning on it. The air conditioning is a little crank on the front of the car to go ahead and let these windows open up, to let the air in there, and plus air inside here. He has a lot of documentation, and I would think is really cool about it is all the luggage all over the car. He brought this in to look like the era of 1936. And I want to thank the gentleman for bringing it in.
Go, Johnny, go, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go, go. Johnny, be good.
The cool thing about the automotive culture is it is a culture, and there's all sorts of different variations of different breeds, different makes, and different styles of restoration, different type of collectors, different type of cars. This actually is a truck, 1958 Chevy truck, and this truck is actually considered by the restoration team and of course by the following these have, this is the finished product. This is the look that they're going for. So you get your rat rod look. You have all sorts of stuff that people go after. This rear happens to be a finished product. And I think it's kind of cool that we get different cultures come down to the show and display their vehicles. Check out this 58 Chevy truck. You guys know Shelby's. You guys love Shelby's. I love Shelby's. Clarence, how you doing?
Good. Yourself, Mike?
Oh, doing good. Thanks for coming out here to the Mountain View A La Carte event. How did you find out about it?
Through your website, actually.
Susan, you did good. You got that website out there, cards and letters. My wife, when she sends an email out, she's like me. I listen.
Yeah, me too.
Now, you brought out a car that is the real McCoy.
Yes.
Now, there's a lot of replicas out there, which I happen to own a couple of them, replica stuff. But finding an original car, I could kind of tell pretty quick that it was original. And you've owned this car for how long?
33 years.
33 years. But you had this car that long, and did you do any restoration work to this at all?
About 5 years ago, I started all the undercarriage, all the rubber and everything was replaced. The body was taken completely apart. Not a rotisserie, but just everything that could come apart came apart.
Sure.
Down to bare metal and cleaned up and put back together the way it is now.
Now, was this the original color combination with
Yes.
the Wimbledon white and the Remington blue striping? Is that correct and all that? And so
Wimbledon
that's the way it was.
Guardsman blue stripes, yes.
Oh, Guardsman blue, excuse me. And I'm telling you, it's just pretty cool to see these out there. Now, I noticed the hood, you got the louvers on the hood. Is there something special under the hood?
It came with a Paxton.
That's right. That's why I asked, yeah.
It's not there now.
Okay.
That's one thing that I haven't put back after the restoration.
Well, these guys that are in the car world, you see the louvers. First thing I thought of, the louvers mean generally is charged car. And I'm glad these people bring cars of this caliber to this event. That's what I like about it. And of course, the price was right, correct?
The price was great.
The price was great. Hot Sunday Nights this year is going to be at Reed Hillview Airport. I'm telling you guys and gals, this is going to be absolutely one fantastic event. The neat part about the event, it's free to the public. We're trying to pull off a lot of free events for the public to come to and to be able to go to Reed Hillview Airport and see all the stuff going on. The show is all about charity, which we're going to be having over 200 booths of all the STEM from students all over the state of California. And of course, we have all sorts of some of our great quality vendors and bands. We have 3, maybe 4 top local bands going to play all day long. So come with some of the arts today and some of the aviation association that we got going on, and of course all the cars. The show's going to be featuring this year the Mustang. Yes, the Mustang. We are definitely featuring the 50 years of Mustang. Mustang hit the market big back in 1964 and a half. We got to throw that half mark in there. But this is the year of the celebration for the car. We're inviting all Mustangs, and take a look at this award. We had a special plaque completely made out of resin. It weighs over a pound. It's about 6.5 inches by 7.5 inches. It's absolutely spectacular. There's a mount on it. You can keep it on the table, the counter, your office, or hang it on the wall. Every Mustang owner that fills out an application, every Mustang participant guy gets this award coming to the show. Planes going to be flying in and out all day, all the cars, and even the regular cars that are coming to get involved in this event. Yes, I got an award for you guys too. Look at the snapshot of the award. You're going to see exactly what we're going to be handing out. Mustangs. We have a separate area strictly designed for you guys. Get your Mustangs out there. Get them down to the show because we had a lot of things happen. Let's check out a couple of our items here.
You can swing it, you can groove it, you can really start to move it at the hop. Where the jockeys are the smoothest.
People who know me, been around me for years, you know that I'm a GM guy. Now, even though my collection has a lot of cars, I get 60 cars, you show them to you all the time, from Edsels to a Rolls Royce to an MG to a Mustang, but I have Corvettes. And I got my buddy Tony. Tony, how you doing?
Doing fine.
And I held Tony back because he happens to have a car that I really like, 1963 Chevrolet Corvette. Tony, thanks for bringing that car today. Now, how long have you had that car?
I've had it since 1997.
That's a long time for some car guys, isn't it?
Right. I did an on-frame restoration to the car.
When he says the word on frame, means he had the body on the frame, but he might have taken off suspension pieces.
I did.
Maybe pulled the engine out, transmission, did this and that, did that.
Right.
Now, I did notice on the car that you changed the seats from 63 to 65.
They came with the car, and I've been looking around to get an original set of seats for it.
Those are much more comfortable. You're
And,
not going to hurt anything with that car.
I'm thinking it's a driver, and that's the way I built the car, just to enjoy it and to get it out and have other people look at it and enjoy it.
Oh, it's too bad about the color, isn't it?
I hate that color.
That color, Rivers. Oh, nothing works as red on that car, does it?
Well, there's only one color they told me for Corvette.
You got it. That's it.
Why do fools fall in love? Why do birds sing so gay?
I'm over at Mountain View A La Carte, and I'm telling you one thing. I try walking by, and very seldom, I don't really like having a cocktail too often. This group forced me. Did you guys force me or not? Yeah. She did. They're pouring me some drinks over here at Mountain View A La Carte, which I know we're probably not supposed to be doing this.
I'm going to throw it out there. I like having a cocktail.
He likes having a cocktail. Now, who owns the car next to me? Excuse me, ma'am.
Ted does.
Ted does. Test car. Now, who has the Polaro over here?
Tim does. That's Tim.
Who owns the Polaro?
Ted.
I'm trying to help her along and all. And we're having a good time over here at Mountain View A La Carte. This is kind of like a little bit of the Mopar section. These guys brought out some really cool Mopar stuff to come to the show. We appreciate them being on the Car Guy channel, but to go around their cars. And I'm going to say one thing. Thank you, girls. Good job. Hey! I'm standing next to Eugene. Gene, how you doing?
I'm pretty good, man.
Good to see you, partner. And you brought a spectacular car. 63 is one of my favorite years. When I saw your car coming through, it made me a fan of 63. The color is spectacular, the detail work. And how long have you had this car?
28 years.
And what keeps you so long with a car?
I just love the classic look, the originality, and I wanted to build something or restore it to something that's classic and original.
And the color, what's the name of that color?
It's called metallic beige according to the old GM book.
It's an unusual color, good color. I tell you something, it looks good in the car.
So,
now, did you do a full frame off in this car here?
No, frame on.
Frame on restoration. We've heard that a couple times today, guys. It makes a lot of sense to do. You don't always have to take the cars off the bodies, off the frames, replace all the mounts, because sometimes they're good and they're going to hold up pretty good.
Yeah.
You repainted this car, you rebuilt the engine, transmission, and all that type of stuff?
Yeah, pretty much pulled the motor out. I sandblasted the engine compartment in my driveway with a hood over it.
Oh, jeez. Are you a married guy?
I'm a married guy for 32 years. She loves it. She likes going cruising at night and just going down to town or on the beach. I mean, we get so much people recognizing, give me thumbs up. It just brings so much fun.
It's a thumbs up car.
It's a thumbs up car.
Anywhere else.
Anywhere I go out.
A few things that make this car here an extremely high caliber driver is power steering. Power steering down there is an absolute home run. And of course you got power brakes. You got a nice big V8 327 in here. This is an alternator car, which is really kind of neat to do. They went over from generator and think of 1962. This is really a nice car. Love the color combination. I like everything about it. This thing here is really nice. A lot of things about this car I actually like is detail, but you have the two-tone type custom interior in this car. This was a cloth, kind of a diamond pattern to it, and the vinyl right here. But the neatest thing on this car is power seats. Now these are options, you guys, that are out there in these cars. It really makes it really kind of neat. So it's power seats, just comfortable as they get, and of course tilt steering. Now tilt steering in these is just extremely rare, so it's really kind of neat to see it in this car. Again, with the nice options this car here has and the attention to detail, and you know that's really what all this stuff is all about, guys and gals, is attention to detail. But twin dual rear antennas. You got the power seats, you got tilt steering, the attention to detail that you put into the car. That's what makes this car here a spectacular automobile. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. There was so much stuff to cover today, from original stuff, protective plates, we learned a little bit about it. And if you guys got any ideas you want me to do on the Car Guy channel, send me some more cards and letters and emails. I answer them all, and I return every single call and every single email to all you guys out there. If you want to go online, go www.carguychannel.com to learn all about all the stuff going on, all the events coming in. Go to Hot San Jose Nights. You're going to see all the shows, all the stuff, everything that's going to be happening coming up. Reed Hillview, we got a fantastic show coming up there, and it's going to be free to the public, and there's a lot of awards. Matter of fact, a lot of awards. Everybody gets an award at that particular show at Hot San Jose Nights this year. So guys and gals, live life well, and God bless you, and we'll see you next week.
That'll be the day, hey, hey, when I die.